Hi, it's Lilia with another Letting Go session. And I wanted to start today just by discussing a little bit of the science around what we do and the enormous power when we actually do things together. Whether it's breathing, whether it's letting go, whether it's dancing, we literally we natural effect. The more of us that do it together, the more brains that start to entrain, the more the cells start to mimic, and we literally are collaborative species. And there's science, very good science, and compulsive reading from Lynn McTaggart, who wrote The Field, The Bond, The Intention Experiment, and her latest book is called The Power of Eight. Stories trying to call. So she shows the science for what happens when we get together, and it actually took her 10 years to write her book, The Power of Eight, because after writing The Attention Experiment and orchestrating thousands of people all over the world to intend together to prove that the power of group intention, prayer, people have been doing it for millennia, actually has an effect, not just on the person being prayed for, but what I understand now is the actual person who is praying. So that's where faith comes into it. When you have faith, and for me, the faith goes even deeper than that. It just comes to an inner knowing of who you are as a spiritual being. That is what I've come to believe. I didn't believe that, but I've come to believe that now. So the actual act of doing things together, and that's totally what we're going to see. I think we're seeing it already during these absolutely crazy times where you wake up every morning and you've just gone deeper into down the rabbit hole. It is very, very strange. So what we can do is we can pull together and make sure that we're not drawn in to all the darkness and the fear, because I've been there. I've been doing it for months. It's like, oh, this is so hard. This is so hard. And I find winter really hard as well. So we have a collective responsibility to try and hold each other's spirits up for whatever this is and for however long this goes on. So I'm going to be regularly doing things where we can actually come in and you learn, not just learn these simple protocols, but actually do them together. And you'll see all the people that are actually joining in, and we actually make a conscious effort and a conscious connection, because what we know now is the electromagnetic field that the body is. Every single cell in our body is like a tiny battery. And so my whole body has a charge. And we know that from Kirlian photography. You can see the light that comes off the energy. And also, so when we all get together, and that's what the Power of Eight, we've got a Power of Eight group tonight, when we all get together and we absolutely intend the same thing at the same time, we quite literally create a power grid. And if you want to learn more about this, the quantum phenomena around, or go to Lynn McTaggart's Power of Eight, we are connected, interconnected in this energy quantum soup. So it really helps to understand, okay, and you've done it with your friends, you're all getting together, you're having a great laugh, you feel fantastic, everybody's full of love and joy. It's just that, except we're doing it a lot more consciously now. So let's just start with some group breathing. I'm banging on and on and on about the breath. Please understand that you can control your fear with your breath. Simple as. And I've been doing a lot of breathing, a lot of yoga for years, but since I've learned the Wim Hof breathing, I've never experienced it. And it gets you quite high. It takes you away from all your worries, and you get this lovely, lovely feeling of bliss when you do it properly. And it was James McFadden, thank you, that taught me how to do that. And there's lots of stuff on YouTube you can practice with that. And I will do a video on that, but not right now. We're going to be sitting and we're going to be breathing and then releasing in just a very short meditation. The thing about these techniques is they work, and you'll very, very quickly start to feel yourself go, okay, whatever it is you're worrying about, fear's fear. And if you're worrying about money, when your fear comes in, you'll start thinking about all your money worries. If you're worried about your relationship, worried about your kids, as soon as fear comes in, that's where your conscious mind will take you. So whether it's your health, your wealth, or your relationships, that's the three areas that can cause us stress, let's face it, in all its shapes and forms. It doesn't matter, it's all the same thing. It's all the thing is release the negative energy out the body, undisturb the chemistry that you've created, the fight or flight response, which is designed to help us run away or hide from danger. Now, most of us are going into that state now, and that state is not for healing, it's not for solving problems, and it's not for having a lovely time with your family. It is 100% designed for running or fighting, hiding or freezing, fainting. So we need to take ourselves out of the fight or flight state. So start with me, quite simply, the 4-7-8 breath. If you've not done it before, breathe in for 4, hold for 7, put your tongue beneath your teeth, and breathe out through the mouth for 8. If you can't breathe in through, doesn't matter, just breathe in. Don't get caught up in the minutiae. Just focus on breathing out a lot more than you're breathing in. Okay, so do it with me. And it's in, hold, and out. And in, hold, and out. And in, and hold, and out. Last one, in, hold, and out. Okay, so now you should start to just feel yourself calming down, feel the energy just starting to calm a little bit. Okay, and just again, just be really mindful of where you feel the stress in the body. And very often, depending what you're worrying about, is where you'll feel it in the body. But it doesn't matter, just become aware of where the energy. And then just take a nice few normal breaths. And now we're going to start talking about the words that we use. You might find that your language is very negative. I'm terrified, I'm scared, I might lose my business, I can't not be able to pay my rent, my mortgage, blah, blah. We start the worst case scenario. And that again is what the fight or flight response is for. Because if you're to get out of danger, you're going to go, well, the worst case scenario is that they'll run up that tree and kill me. So then you have to work back from that as to how you escape. So again, that's a very genius process the body goes through. But what we're going to have to do now to solve problems is get out of that state into the creative imagination state. So when we start to use our words, so for example, instead of saying, this is a nightmare, this is terrible, I can't believe this has happened, we're all doomed, we're all going to die, it's apocalypse, all of that, you can change your words to something like, oh, sorry, my screen went. Like, I am scared to, what would it take for me to be free from fear? So you can already, if you say the sentences, I'm terrified, I'm scared, I'm overwhelmed, and you change it to, what would it take for me to feel peaceful and calm and patient? And you can probably feel that energy very quickly in the body just by changing what you are saying. Because your intention, again, is one of the most powerful things that you possess your imagination with your intention behind it. If you intend, I am going to be fine, I'm going to be patient, I'm going to be calm, and you really, really mean that, and you practice the techniques, that's what happen. Exactly the same way as you were training for a marathon and you were like, right, okay, I'm going to run every day, I'm going to practice, and I'm going to get better, and at the end of it, I'm going to run the marathon. That's how it works. We wire the brain in the direction that we want to go, which is calm, peace, patience, compassion. So be very mindful of your language and pull people up in their language as well. well is turn it round. What else is possible for me? What would it take for me to find something that brings me joy and abundance? So you're actually looking to the future as a best case scenario instead of a worst case scenario, which is what most of us are doing when we're in fight or flight. So, for example, if you are worried about your job, or maybe you think, I'm not going to have a job, that job at the end, you can say, what would it take for me to find an amazing job or create my own business that will bring me fulfillment, joy, whatever it is that you want? So you start to flip everything, switch it round. So instead of thinking, oh, I'm going to be broke and skint and I'm never going to work again and we'll all starve to death, you just switch it to, there's a new opportunity. What are the possibilities for me? What could open up that I've never thought about? So you can just use your words and your sentences and just spin it round and ask the question. When you ask the question, the frontal part of the brain, front lobe, lights up and starts to help you find the solutions. It's the law. But if you're too busy confirming about all the things that could happen, guess where your focus and attention goes, and guess what happens to the chemistry in your body, and guess what happens to all the blood gets displaced and the body goes into major fight or flight. So we need to get out of fight or flight, and you can do that primarily. Start off with the breath. Change your language. Start thinking what you would love. What did you not like about your old life? Did you not have enough time? Did you not have enough money? Did you not have enough whatever? And start thinking, well, sort of start planning about how to be on the other side. And if it's health you're worried about, obviously that's a huge one. You really visualize and take your imagination to the place where you are vital and healthy. Now that's Joe Dispenza's work. Please look him up and get in with that. Just visualize it and see it. So again, you're taking, instead of going, oh, what happens if I die? You go, oh, in a completely different, more vital and exciting, joyful way. So I think that's enough about the words. You probably get what I mean. Right, so let's just do a very, very short meditation. Because meditation is another funny word, and people think you need to sit by a tree and do it for an hour and a half. Well, that's certainly not the way I do it. My main meditation is letting go, I'll be honest. But what you can do again is use this time to really change your relationship with the body, because your body is giving you the most valuable information that you could ever need. And you really need to start, we all need to start taking our power back and listening to this bundle of intelligence. This is not just a meat suit. The intelligence inside here will blow you away. And your heart is the main part of communication. The heart is telling you either you're living in the past, you're projecting into the future, or when it becomes really strong, your intuition, you know that you're on the right path. That's a whole other video. I'm not going to go into that. But changing your relationship with your cells, 80 trillion of them here, all holding the same information. And every one of us started as one. The intelligence, it'll blow you away. So what you want to do is just listen in. Your body holds score and it holds. Want to close your eyes. And again, just take a nice few deep breaths. And take your attention deep, deep into the heart space. And really feel that area of your chest. And dive in there. And just make a very clear intention. I am releasing all fear. I'm letting go of any stress. You're the conductor of this orchestra. So really come into your heart and talk to it like it's your very, very best friend, your lover. Just let go and relax. Allow yourself to sink deeper and deeper into peace. Just allow it. deeper into trust. Trusting that you are going to get through this. We're all going to get through it. Wiser, stronger, and better. More loving and kind. So just really allow your heart to listen. Allow yourself to harmonize back to the frequency of the universe. It's all frequency. Guide the cells where you want them to go. The peace is always there underneath. Allow myself to harmonize. I allow myself to heal. And just really dive in. Keep your focus and attention on your chest, your heart center. I'm letting go of all fear. I am safe. I am light. And then just become aware of the room again. And just come back. It's short. It's very simple. Every cell in your body responds to every word and every thought that you have. And if it's negative, it'll contract, and if it's positive, it'll lighten and expand. Because when the negative energy we call the feeling comes in, if we can keep expanded, we can just intend to feel it and let it go. It's only going to last a max. So just allow it. Be brave, be strong. It's only an emotion. I know it can be really hard and painful, but let's find the courage to just gently feel it and let it go. Now, I cannot emphasize this enough. You have to practice this. It would be fantastic if we could all do one release and be happy and free for the rest of our lives. But this is very much like brushing your teeth and going to the gym. If you don't keep doing it, you're not going to get the long-term results. It's just that simple. So please practice. I'm making a load of videos. I don't know if anybody's actually... I can never really read this at the same time if anybody's asking me anything specific. Anyway, you can PM me. I'm working on the videos for you. So the one thing that we can do right now is learn to breathe consciously and learn to manage our emotions. And if things get in, we have the tools. Because I always say the straw that breaks the camel's back. And if you don't keep putting your bin out every day, the rubbish that you've gathered, all the crap from the past, all the hurts and betrayals, then when a big thing comes, we're not strong enough to deal with it. So this is the time we're getting called to man up, goddess up. So we need to let go of the past. We need to let go of all resentments and all betrayals and all trauma so that we can get through this. And the energy that's coming in is allowing us to do this far faster than we could do it before. So you have your words. You have your questions, visible for your meditation, which is quite simply going into the area, talk to the cells. I know it sounds daft, but if you think about it, if you feel it in your body, then that's the cells having a response. And they respond chemically, and they respond with an electromagnetic field. So your thoughts are electrical in nature, and your feelings are magnetic. So when you feel strong love and power and euphoria, you put that energy out. You measure it for up to 12 meters. I think they're measuring it now. So you will literally make everybody in your house and in your estate feel much better. I was going to say scheme, but I get pulled up for saying scheme. So you're going to affect, and that's why it's important for the people that have got the energy and the desire to do this work together, because we are exponentially more powerful. Okay, so let's just do some of the Sedona method, which is again another simple, elegant but incredibly powerful transformational tool, but only if you use it. It's like the running machine in your bedroom. It might be the best machine. If you never get on it, you'll not get the result. So again, it's very much about changing this relationship with the body. What can you feel? Is the mind going crazy? Have you got pain in your chest, belly, stress? That's where it usually hangs out. Sometimes you'll just get tingling everywhere. So it doesn't matter what's there. Just breathe. Breathe and become aware of it. And again, when you think of the cells contracting and expanding all day long, we just want to breathe and give the cells a bit of space. So we know that the body holds a score. A lot of the stuff from the past. What's I could do? Yes, I could do a child version. Yes, I will do, Jane. I've been thinking about that. Wee bit of connection issue. There's nothing I can do with the connection issue. I'm sorry. I just have to keep going. I'm making loads of vids anyway that I've got similar content. So yeah, when you just feel what's in the body, it's how we see this body. It's kind of created and made it the way it is. A lot with that because we didn't know what we were doing. I certainly didn't know what I was doing. Now we're understanding that we've been impacting the body, and over the years, the immune system we start to degenerate. Not because we're getting old, but just because we've got stupid. We're not doing all the things that we're not having as much fun, we're not having as much joy, we're not having as much exercise, we're eating a lot more, we're sitting around. Old is just another dis-ease. It is a lot of rubbish. So the body, the brain has a phenomenal regeneration capacity, and the only person who can stop you regenerating is you. But nobody else can do it for you. And this is the big shift from the allopathic system, which is that we walk up the doctor or some specialist and expect them to fix us. And now we're like, you need to do this. They can help you, and they do help you. We've seen some recently. My friend's little grandson had an enormous brain operation. I was just in awe of what these surgeons and doctors can do. So we have a phenomenal NHS, but we're talking about these chronic debilitating diseases that we can impact on massively. And letting go, and this is so interesting with the whole coronavirus fear thing, is we've forgotten about the mental, our emotional health. It's all the physical, the body and the vitamin C and all that, which is one thing. But actually getting in to your mind and your imagination and just doing what Wim Hof says, we're just not having it. Breathe. The bacteria, the virus, they can't live in there when you oxygenate the body with the breath. Get into the cold, reset your systems. We have that power. And then we have the power to let go. Because trust me, I understand after the last few months that when you feel really low, you don't want to do any of these things. So what I really, really highly recommend that you do is breathe. Just start breathing consciously. You're going to notice a huge difference. So the Sedona method, which, as you know, really transformed my life. I saw literally what I thought were miracles happening with this method, just quite simply because I didn't understand what was happening. I didn't understand when something happens that we don't like or hate or we're traumatized by, and just such incredibly painful inside, and actually ourselves a lot of suffering because nobody really has ever taught us anything else. We didn't realise that we actually have the power to let go of anything and everything. But that takes balls, I'll just tell you that much. I've been doing this work for long enough, 15 odd years now, and it takes courage to let go, and it takes courage also to admit that you need help, and that's why I want to just come into your home if you let me right now and help you. You don't need to, nobody needs to know. So feel the feeling, what you're feeling right now, and go to the thing, what you worry about most. Is it your health? Is it your family? Maybe a loved one, somebody in the front line? Maybe it's your business, your job, your kids, the thought of being locked down with people, how are you going to cope? Whatever it is, it really doesn't matter, because the body doesn't know what you're thinking about, it just knows what you're feeling. So just feel it, all the fear, all the stories that we're making up about how it could be, maybe. bring it all in, welcome it completely, and then just let it go. Set it free. And again, just feel whatever's there, fear, what ifs, the worst case scenario, the mind wanting to go to the worst case. What if I lose someone I love? What if I lose the business I've worked so hard for? What if I kill my partner or my kids? Just go in there, bring it all in, your worst case scenario, bring it in and just let it go. Set it free. Now you might just feel that. The thing is that sometimes you feel it really clearly and other times you don't, but don't get caught up in that. Know that if you've decided to let something go 100% wholeheartedly, going, yes, I'm letting this go, your intention was clean and clear, it's going. It's the law. So I want to do now, even although I've been scared, even although there's so much to think about, even although I'm worried about my family, worried about loved ones, worried about the isolation, what that can do to them, what that could do to me. Even although I wonder how it's going to be at the end of this. Am I going to have a job? Am I going to have a business? How am I going to keep the kids entertained? How am I going to not fight with my loved ones? Pass the time. It's just so different. And even although I'm trying to figure everything out, I deeply, completely love, trust and accept myself. Even although I'm scared, overwhelmed, not sleeping, I deeply and completely love, trust and accept myself. Deep breath. Hi, Rachel. Hi, Linda. So you're probably starting to feel a bit better now. The thing is, it's a little bit like when you were a kid and your mum just put her hand on his head. You're going to be okay, it's going to be okay, and you just trusted her. So you felt better straight away. And that's what we're doing to ourselves. It's okay to think these negative thoughts. It's okay to fear the worst. It's okay. And as soon as you give yourself permission, then it just dissolves. Because it's all just stories, right? We have not got a clue what's going to happen. It is unknown. And depending on what YouTube video you watch, what news station you watch, you could go actually drive yourself insane trying to work out what exactly is going on. So it's best just to think, I don't really know. And right at this moment in time, I don't really need to know. The only thing I can do is take care of my internal environment and remove stress from my body, because what that'll do is it'll allow me to be a nicer person at home. I'll go into solution and not problems, and it'll to come up and boost my immune system should I. Because we need to remember that 80% of people who are getting it have got mild to no symptoms. So we need to get the fear under control and stop watching the figures if that's quite terrifying, the living daylights out you. I think by now most of us that are intelligent are doing everything that we can do, and that's all you can do, except let go every day and breathe. Okay, so just before we finish off, I want to just tap again, what would be the best case scenario for this? I mean, I think we all know we were working probably far too hard. Lives were far too busy and cram-packed full, no time for ourselves. We were polluting the planet, the water, the air, the food, etc. Greed, corruption, everywhere. So imagine that this, much as it's very hard and challenging and scary, imagine that this was the best thing that could ever happen for you and your family, and you're going to come out and be able to eat nutritious, delicious, non-poisoned food, water, air. Imagine how much better we're all with that have time for each other. We can actually chat. I'm talking to my friends more than I have for years. Just really reconnecting with everyone and checking that everybody's okay. That real strong feeling. There's a huge feeling of love. I'm sure you're feeling it too, and you're seeing these real acts of kindness. There's a lot of finger pointing as well going on, but I think that'll calm down as we're now in lockdown, and it's going to pass and we'll settle in because we're super resilient and smart and creative. So just as we finish, let's just start just doing a bit of tapping on trusting that eventually this is going to be amazing for us all. We're all going to be able to live much more peaceful, healthy lives. So tap with me. I'm letting go of all fear. I'm releasing all limiting beliefs around the future and the potentials and possibilities for us humans and for the planet and all the animals, fish and birds. I allow myself to this process that I cannot control. I'm wakening up to what's happening around me. And I'm tuning into my heart for information. I allow myself to trust. I'm letting go of all fear. And I'm letting go of all that fatigue that I've had for years. That feeling of being on some kind of rat race. I'm letting go of all that now. I allow myself to believe in a wonderful, abundant, joyful, natural future. I allow myself to trust that the good in people will outshine the bad. I allow my relationships to unfold and be resolved. I allow myself to forgive myself, to forgive others. I allow myself to harmonise. I allow my cells to be. This is a big musical instrument we're tapping here. I allow myself to rebalance. I'm letting go of old, and I'm excited about the new. I allow my creative imagination to run wild. I allow my kids to have fun. I allow myself to be patient with others. Myself and my cell mates. I'm letting go. I have the power. I am a powerful being. Okay, deep breath. So obviously you can just use your own words, whatever comes up. Pay attention, because when you start to go into the programming, which is what we're doing, we're just all programmed, programmed, and it's all the limiting beliefs and what we've been taught starts to come media, all the fear. We're taking it and filtering it through this body, and then we're projecting into the future. And what we're saying is now, no, let's take that gift that we've been given called free will, and let's think what we want to think and imagine what we want to imagine, how we want to see our future for our kids, our grandkids. We have to stop. We didn't want it to be in this way, but things had to change. Now's our chance. Let this unfold for the greater good of all, every single human being and sentient being and bird, fish, animal on this planet, and our Mother Earth herself. We have to think that. What is the options? And see, when you think that, guess what happens to your cells? They expand in euphoria and joy just at the thought of that. And everything in this universe started with a thought. And if we all think it together, we create the power grid that huge power grid, the power of the collective. But we all need to think of the best case scenario. And we can do that. And we will do that, because I will bang on and on and on about it this entire lockdown. I don't even like that word. But anyway, somebody come up with a better word than that, something nice. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to make a lot more videos explaining the science, etc. around it, because I know for me, I didn't think I needed the science about it, but in actual fact, when I understood what was happening at a cellular level, how the atoms respond to the electromagnetic field, then you start to realise this ain't no hippy-dippy shit. This is real, and we are the centre of our universe, and we can control it all, and we can make it as magnificent as we dare. Anyway, guys, thinking of you all, PM me. I'm going to let messages out, and I'm going to get these videos made. If anybody needs help, I am right here. Please do not suffer alone. Minutes. Loads of love.